What's up, sports fans? What's up, world? This is MC Ron with the savior of this podcast.
It's Kenneth, y'all.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. We are the sports podcast that for 3 years. 3 years. Yes, it's 3 years. It's our third birthday of this podcast. For 3 years, we've been giving you quality sports talk and sports content to the best of our abilities. We're not about the fake and false narratives. It's just me and my co-host KJ just talking sports stuff, just being the sports fans that we are, and just happy birthday. Okay, no, I am not.
But in honor of the birthday and everything like that, first and foremost, I want to say go ahead and shout out my co-host shout out my host because take two to tango. But every now and then, you gotta switch things up. I think I'm gonna go from Miss Kenneth to you are now talking with Zen Master Ken. Y'all gonna have to refer to Master Ken from now on.
Zen Master, hey, I'm with that. I'm with that. definitely. I'm still gonna be MC Ron. Listen, that what's up, sports fans? What's up, world thing? Like it just. I've been doing this so long that I can't think of any other intro. Maybe I could be like good morning America, but no. Anyways, depending.
What's it called? You gonna get us fined?
Please,
America.
Yeah, I can get a call.
Our gonna come strangle us.
Exactly. Hey man, hey. Now I'm gonna be like, hey man, you listen to the podcast? Why don't you shout us out on Good Morning America then, man? Like, what's up with the? No, but anyway, but more than that, the Olympics is going on right now. I love the fact that we got this podcast and the Olympics are going on. Like that is just crazy, man. And when we talk about the Olympics, me and my co-host KJ, the first thing that comes to our mind is Team USA basketball. Though I understand water polo's going on. You got rugby going on here. You got about tennis. My man Novak Djokovic once again beat Rafa Nadal on Paris clay. I saw that. I saw it all. Yeah. Once again, Novak Djokovic. So all you Nadal fans that still want to believe, listen. Nadal is the greatest clay court of all time. I have said this on the podcast many times, and I'm going to give Rafa his flowers. But Novak Djokovic is on a different level. To see Novak once again outclass Nadal on his best surface. Something that for you Roger fans that Roger can never do. My man Novak Djokovic did. I'm just saying.
That's like to y'all well, to us, my fellow non-tennis watching fans. That would be the equivalent to somebody beating Steph Curry in a 3-point contest.
Exactly. Exactly. That is like the nail on the motherfucking head. All right. Whew. Yeah.
You may be in a 3-point competition, but from distance, no.
Yeah. I just love seeing it. But yeah, man, let's talk about a little Team USA basketball, man. Or actually, let's talk about KJ what you have seen.
I want to go ahead and give a little, as of yesterday, a medal count. You know what I mean? So we can see, where everybody is at and what everybody's doing.
Yep.
Starting with the United States of America, us of A.
Yep.
We got 20. We got 3 golds, 8 silvers, and 9 bronze. Usually in the beginning of the Olympics, we start off with a whole bunch of bronze medals. A few golds, a bunch of silvers, everything like that, but we don't kick it on to the latter part.
That's when we really start winning.
Yeah, right. So, I'm kind of just kicking back, coasting. I'm watching China.
We have 30, actually. We have 30.
Also, it's updated. Oh,
30
this
minutes.
is as of day 3. I haven't kept up with day 4 yet.
Gotcha.
Gotta work, y'all. No, but yeah, as a day 3, you know what I'm saying, USA at the top with the most, but then you got like China with 12, Japan with 12, though they had 6 gold medals, so they was at the top yesterday, and then France with 16.
Ooh. Yeah, so I got the updated one. But all I know is that, well, yeah, we start out slow, you know, because like once again, like it goes because they do like sports that we really don't like. It's not that USA we don't care about them. It's just that we don't specialize in them. Like it does like water polo or like canoeing or like, you know, I don't know, like jacks. I don't. It was like stuff we really don't like, you know, like we care about, but like it's not our specialty. Now when it comes to like, you know, basketball, gymnastics, swimming, track and field, that's that's when things start getting
I want to see an Olympic arm wrestling competition. I feel like people in America are strong, but I want to see like a Russian arm wrestling. I'll pay to see that. He'd break somebody's wrist. Russia versus the Samoans. Ooh.
That's like what?
That's like Ray Lewis going up against Derrick Henry
in a Oklahoma
drill, bro.
I was about to say that's like Goku going up against Vegeta, like, you know,
right?
Just it looks like what, Katie Ledecky, she won again. She won another gold medal in swimming. I think,
You're killing him in swimming.
I think when isn't she like the greatest women's swimmer of like all time? So yeah, like once again, like when it comes to this, like the sports, once again, swimming, gymnastics, and all that. When it comes to those sports, you know, that's when we shine, because like not like usually you're right, KJ. When it comes to the medal, like we start out slow, but then by the end of the Olympics, we're like ahead in like everything. Like we're number one all the time. Like it has, like I have seen it like year after year after year. Like it's like, USA, we got like we got the best athletes. I'm sorry the rest of the world, but that's because like we're kind of like, we're kind of a melting pot of all different type of people. But I'm not saying that there aren't great athletes around the world. All I'm just saying is they ain't as good as the US of A. All right, not once again. I know Canada's got some good athletes. Russia, like Jamaica, especially in track. Them Jamaicans, I feel like Jamaicans, like it's like they're born to run. Like it's like out the womb, like the baby little, like they and exactly out the womb running like if you ain't run, if like they ain't running a 4.40 by the time they're like 5, like nah, bro, like you gotta get out this country. Like we only accept 4.3 and under. like god damn. Exactly. So, but yeah, let's talk a little about the Team USA basketball though. They just beat South Sudan. It was like 103-86. It wasn't as close as it was previously, and people lead that to the KD effect. And let's talk about like his game. Well, before this game, when we played against Serbia, this man KD. Man, actually, man, KJ, I'm gonna let you talk about this man KD, man. Like,
you gonna make okay? You gonna make me talk about My arch nemesis. No, he went stupid. Like he hasn't played all pre. I'll call it pre-season.
Yeah, probably. Well, the practice for the U.S. national team.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't played not one scrimmage. But he came in that first half. I think he was 8 for 8. In like,
yeah,
he went perfect. He went 100% from the field in the first half. I think he had like 21, 23 points, something like that. Yeah, so I was just like, whoa, that's incredible coming off of like not playing. But it's what I be telling everybody, like KD is the most efficient scorer in the history of the NBA.
Greatest. Sorry, coughing a little bit there.
I heard haters. That's what because I mean, if we keep it in the buck, it's Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is the best scorer to ever lace them up. I don't care what nobody say. That man can score from 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Listen, he'll dunk on you. He'll cross you up. He'll shoot a 3 in your face. He'll cross you up again. He'll make you cross your teammate up, and you don't even got the ball. But anyway, nah.
If we talking about like that, no, I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna say no hot takes right now because
I feel like those two are great scorers in their own right. KD is way more efficient than Carmelo Anthony. I will say that, but KD can't do what Carmelo can do. Carmelo can score 62 points all jump shots efficiently. KD can do that too, but KD not yamming on you like that, even though he is like 20 feet tall. His wingspan is like 20 feet tall. Like, you know, he could, but he's more of like finesse. I'm gonna bag you up and then shoot over you and blah blah blah. Melo can do that, but he's gonna dog you out at the same time too. So good luck trying to figure out which one.
Melo ain't even a better scorer than T-Mac, but we ain't. I just joking.
He himself said Kobe was the best scorer. I mean, even B himself said Melo was the best scorer.
It's alright. But yeah, that man KD, in my opinion, just my opinion, is the greatest scorer of all time, KD. And if you got him ranked number 2 behind Melo, okay, I'll. It ain't as crazy loud now. KJ, if you said that, like, I don't know, but like there are a lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, you crazy? Like Melo's not all that." I kind of understand as a guy who actually ranked, like when both of them were in the league in their prime. I was a guy who actually ranked Carmelo as a better scorer than KD. I didn't start saying KD was a better all time than Melo until around like about a few years ago. You know, I wasn't on, but like I was on the train of Melo. I for the longest time I was on the train of Melo is better than KD. So that's why that's why I'm not mad at your take because I had the same one.
Y'all know me. Carmelo Anthony got me watching basketball, so y'all can't tell me about that.
But yeah, going back to Team USA basketball. Yo, this man KD just came off the bench, no practice, just gave you buckets. Just gave him buckets. And like I'm like, dang, Serbia. And like all they have there is like Jokic, like for the most part. That's all they have. It's just, you know, Jokic trying to do his best. And there's like, though I am glad like Steve Kerr, apparently in this game, Steve Kerr did not start Embiid because oh my God. Like, until I finally, once again, when I finally watched a full game of U.S. men's basketball, I finally understood why the internet was like, yo, what's up with Embiid? He's being like a secret agent for another country because the way he's like, I was like, bro, this man offensively and defensively was a negative. I was like, oh, this is what people have been talking about. Yeah, they like Bam and AD. Them playing them, I was like, oh yeah, because I saw the drop off when anytime they put in Embiid, like they took out they when they took out either Bam or AD and put in Embiid, you saw a precipitous drop off.
I try to tell y'all we really don't need Embiid. He's good for size. Excuse me, he's good for size, but we really don't need Embiid. Like, we'd be good with Bam and AD. We only need another big because AD needs more rest.
Yeah, like that's.
If our center or whoever, because Bam, you could play him at center, you could play him at forward. We'll say center. If AD could be as healthy as Bam, we wouldn't need another big man.
I mean, at this point, we could have gotten like, I don't know, like Miles Turner or like,
right?
Hell, we could have thrown out a 38-year-old Dwight Howard. I think that's how old he is. We could throw him out there, man. Like the way, honestly, the way. Like what's up?
Dwight Howard could go get on China's team and mess around and make them all right. Speaking of China, see their women's team, bro. They have a girl on their team.
Oh yeah, she's like what, 7'11" or something like that.
Oh, she's huge, bro. I'm like, dang, women. And guess who one of their coaches? Yao Ming. I know. I mean, not one of their coaches, but guess. Yao Ming one of the men's coaches. I know he loving it over there for the women.
I know, like. Just imagine if she would have gotten. Just imagine if she would have get into the WNBA. She'd be unstoppable. There, she'd be literally a foot taller. Like, because I watched a little bit of her too. I heard about. I forgot what her name was, but like. She needs a little bit more work, like with handles and like coordinate and all that. But like, if she actually gets like,
because she's dang near 9 feet tall, she's dang near 8 feet tall. All big men ain't got handles.
Yeah, but like, if she learns how to because right now she's just scoring just because she's so freaking tall. But if she actually learns how to like really play some basketball, just like even a little bit, she completely dominate the WNBA. Because the tallest woman in the WNBA is Brittany Griner at like 6'8", and she's like 8'5". She would be it would be over. It'd be over. Like,
we wouldn't even talk about Caitlin Clark. We'd be talking about her.
Yeah, she'd be like, and she'd have the perfect nickname, the Great Wall of China. Like, it'd be over. Or like, yeah, she definitely has to have that.
What was
that nickname? Oh man, I just saw Coco got ousted in the third round of the Olympics. Man,
but shout out to Coco because she's from Georgia. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, but you got ousted in the third round. I don't hear about no losers, man. This is the USA, man. All I want to hear about is winners. Winners. You the number 2 or I think she's number 3 ranked women. She's either number 2 or number 3 ranked.
As far as us, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait a couple weeks before we start winning a whole lot of golds. But I'm gonna sit here and let y'all know on this podcast, ain't nobody touching us on that basketball court. I'm gonna say that right now. Y'all can go ahead and give us an asterisk for a goal. Because we coming for that one.
The team of, like, I didn't realize how overpowered a team of
Jason Tatum didn't even play.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's... Yo, man. I just...
Too OP.
A team of KD, LeBron, and Steph. Just those 3 starting out. Is like, I didn't realize how overpowered it was until I saw it in action. I'm like, yo, and if Steph really starts getting his shots down,
because think about it, bro, that is literally unless you bring back Shaq and put him with KD and we'll put him with Steph and LeBron, that's the best 3-way you could ever have. Pause. That's the best trio you could ever have in the league, bro, because you have the most. Outside of Shaq, one of the most unstoppable forces in LeBron. He can do everything, and he passes, You have Steph, who honestly LeBron could clog up the paint if he wanted to, and now he can shoot a three. So, and then you add a passing all-time scorer with Steph, who is an all-time 3-point shooter and an energizer bunny. He does not stop moving. You add them, and they both have high IQ, and that right there is enough. That's deadly right there. And then you add Kevin Durant, who is the most efficient plug-and-play player to have ever played the game of basketball. You put Kevin Durant in anything, he'll make that thing great.
Yeah.
And he's selfless. He don't even need the ball. And when you give him the ball, guess what he gonna do? He gonna go perfect in the first half.
Exactly. Also, speaking of not playing, just want to once again I mentioned that we beat South Sudan just 103-86. Joel Embiid did not play. It said he was the only player that did not play. Speaking of which, I saw a joke. I saw a joke online a few days ago. It was talking about because people were mentioning how I knew Steve Kerr was probably going to get Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton in the game because people were mentioning how both of them did not play. And I saw this joke because Derek White and Drew Holiday was getting more minutes than Jason Tatum. For those who do not know, if those living under a rock, they're all teammates on the Celtics. But somebody said the joke of Derek White comes back to the bench and tells Jason Tatum, "Go get my Gatorade." So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, "Yo," but
good job.
Yeah. but the thing is though, and people because after that game against Serbia, people were like, why didn't you play Jason Tatum and all that? Because it does make sense. Why is Joel Embiid out there? But this past game, he actually the only one who did not get to play, which is not surprising. You've been a negative on the offense and defense mostly. But
we have so much of a spoil of riches. We can really mix and match a lineup based off the lineup that they given us.
True.
They giving us their best lineup, but we're like, okay, we're gonna do this checkmate type thing. So a lot of teams, you don't need Joel Embiid. You need Joel Embiid when you playing a lot of big men. So if you playing a whole bunch of people who are not as tall, then you put Tatum didn't play, but you would put Tatum in there. You would put Halliburton in there. You'll put Holiday in there. You'll put Curry in there. You'll put Anthony Edwards in there. Booker would play type thing. You know what I'm saying? Versus another team who probably more burly. You'll put your bigger guys up in there. We can do anything. We can do anything. Y'all not touching us, bro. But my point is, I don't. Some part of me doesn't even really feel like these are slights on any players. Even Tatum didn't play. Tatum just won a championship.
Yeah. But I just think
whoop they butt.
True. Yeah. Once again, we also just beat South Sudan, and once again, Jason Tatum actually he just started in that game. But I think the way Team USA is built, I think the reason why Jason Tatum did not play is because you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. And with LeBron, Steph Curry, and KD, that's already enough cooks already.
Right.
And so you got to have guys that are going to be more role player oriented. That's guys like Drew Holiday and Derek White. They're guys that they were already role players on the Celtics. Not as in role players as they suck, but because they were still important, very, 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 very important pieces. However, they were two players that they're fine without the basketball. They're fine without not getting the basketball. They can win. They can be impactful without the basketball. So with Jason Tatum, he can be effective without the basketball, but you don't want to not have him have the basketball too much, if you don't understand what I'm saying. So but yeah, we got an embarrassment of riches. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical about Team USA basketball and us bringing home gold. We were really supposed to talk more about the Olympics overall. I'm sorry, people, but it's okay.
You were.
Uh,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
but yeah, I was worried. I was a little bit worried. All right, but honestly, listen, I just was. I thought it looks like the loss to like not having Kawhi wasn't as big of a deal as I was making it out to be.
You thought Kawhi was just gonna break the team. You know, we have Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Kevin Durant.
But now I see that if we had Kawhi, it would have just been more of a done deal than it is now.
But we don't need Kawhi. It would be like having two Jason Tatums. One of them don't be hurt. Like, bro, we don't need Kawhi. We don't need Embiid. We don't need Derek White. We don't need Halliburton. That's how many players did I just name? 4 or 5? That's a fifth. That's a portion of the team, bro. Like, we don't even need these players.
But just getting a little bit off of the team basketball to wrap up this Olympics talk. I don't know if women's track has like kicked off yet. Gonna be honest, I think it has, but if it has not, I need to see my girl Sha'Carri Richardson. I want to see her win gold, and I want to see Noah Lyles to win silver. So because this man was talking so much trash about our NBA players and why y'all call yourselves world champions. I'm like, bruh, watch you mess up. Like, it'd be funny if Team USA basketball wins gold and then you win silver. That would be hilarious. But definitely, Sha'Carri Richardson, I'm ready for her. I'm ready for this bounce back season though. I'm really ready for it. But
injuries.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some football, because the NFL season is like really approaching. Like, we're going into the month of August. We're going into the preseason now. Preseason football is about to kick off with the Hall of Fame game, and I probably will be watching it because I'm so football deprived that I'm gonna be there just watching. But in that vein, we're gonna do a little bit of preview. We're gonna talk about division by division preview and for this upcoming season, and we're gonna start off with the NFC and AFC East. So we're gonna be talking about both of those divisions, and so right here we're gonna start off with my favorite division, the NFC East, because it contains my favorite team, the Washington Commanders. And we're gonna go in order of the team that won the division last year. So we're gonna talk about unfortunately the Dallas Cowgirls, and we're gonna yes, the Dallas Cowgirls. So what do you see from them this upcoming season? Because among all the quote unquote moves or lack thereof they did this offseason.
Well, I have a lot to say about they are called the Cowboys, but for this week I'm going to call them Big D Disappointment, because that's what they're going to be. I personally feel it though. One of my questions for the Big Disappointment, man, is: are y'all gonna make it rain on Dakota? Are y'all gonna pay that man his money? Y'all really don't have any choice, because you don't have a good draft. You're not gonna have a good draft pick. I mean, there's no good quarterbacks coming out next year. There's no good
Yeah.
quarterbacks in the pool. You really only got Dak. Unless you're going to trade him for like Daniel Jones, but why are you going to give the Giants stuff? But, and then like, what's going on? Do y'all have like, is Joe Biden y'all GM? I mean, y'all owner? Because y'all don't have a running back. Y'all got Zeke and Royce Freeman. And on top of those two things, those two elephants in the room, we gonna bring in a pink giraffe. You have to pay Dak, CD, and Michael. And if you pay all three of them, you're not gonna have a team. So if you only gonna pay two of them, which ones you gonna pick? If you don't pick a quarterback, which you kind of don't want to do because you're gonna have to make Dak stupid paid, and is he worth that money? Almost $60 million you're gonna give Dak. But if you don't, you ain't gonna have no quarterback. But if you pay all three of them, you ain't gonna have no team. If you let go of Parsons, what's your defense looking like? Nothing. If you let go of CD, you don't have any running back, so who are you throwing the ball to? Dalton Schultz is playing for the other Texas team.
Cowgirls. Huh?
Y'all did good. Y'all did good by bringing in Eric Kendricks and drafting Tyler Guyton, who is a rookie at the left tackle. That's just like relying on a rookie cornerback. Eventually, they might make a rookie mistake at a crucial moment. So hey, they were 12-5 though last year. So I guess that's a. Ooh.
Well, cowgirls. You know I wish the worst for y'all. I think y'all did pretty well this offseason. Because, like you said, they have a problem. They not only have to pay Dak. Did they pay CD yet?
No, not yet.
Yes, you have to pay CD too. Which means you also have to pay Michael Parsons as well. One of those three is not going to get paid. I hope you all pay Dak.
I bet you do.
Because that means because we're going to talk about this, later, a little bit later. But we see all these QBs getting paid, major money. Like I would say, look at Kyler Murray. He really hasn't proved really much, but he got big money. Dak is seeing all these other quarterbacks getting paid big money. You don't think he looks around? He looks around the league and is like, I've proven more than guys like. And to be perfectly honest, he's right. Like I've proven more than a Trevor Lawrence. I've proven more than him. He has. I've proven more than a Tua Tagovailoa. He has. Like he's done a little bit more. Not as in like playoff success, probably not, but like as in like actual play on the field, he's proven more than like. Once again, I'm putting away my cowboy hate on this. I took off my cowboy hater hat. It's technically kind of still on, but anyway, he's proven more than those two quarterbacks. He's proven more than a Jordan Love, but they got big money deals. And so Dak's gonna look like these quarterbacks didn't. You can't say that I need to prove more if these quarterbacks haven't even been to a conference championship game. If I'm correct, yeah, but yet they get paid big money contracts, and you're not gonna give me one because I haven't been to a conference championship.
No Dakota Rain. No Dakota Rain.
No,
you keep messing up.
Last year, I was number 2 in MVP voting, or number 2, number 3. Either way, I was number 2 in MVP voting. Has any of those guys been number 2 in MVP voting? Any of those three quarterbacks I just mentioned?
Well, Lamar Jackson got 2. Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs, so that means you'll have to pay Dak way more than Lamar. Yeah, Lamar been to the AFC Championship game.
Definitely. But I'm just saying this is in the mind of Dak Prescott, and so he's like, Jerry, I need you to put the money money in my hand. Put the money in my hand. And
pay him, but backload his contract.
All I know is no, they need to pay Dak Prescott because this means that it's a higher chance for them to either you lose CD or Michael Parsons. I need them to lose Michael Parsons. Forget CD. You guys can keep CD. I need you to lose Michael Parsons.
What if Michael Parsons turns around and pulls a Saquon and either goes to Philly or something?
No, I need him to come. Because I cannot root for him. He's a Penn State product. I can't root for him.
Penn State is not in DC. It's not in Virginia. It's not in
Listen, I know, but you know me. I'm a fan of Penn State football, so I can't root for him. I can't, because if I root for him to do well, that means that's destroying my team.
I wouldn't mind seeing. Imagine Michael Parsons and Brian Burns on the same team. Oh my God, I don't like the.
I need him to come to Washington. I need that. I just need. So then I can be like, yes, finally, I can root for you, Michael Parsons. Just reek, and just imagine. Yes, just imagine if like that'd be the ultimate. And I'm gonna sell you on this, Michael Parsons. I'm gonna sell you on this, man. So you to come to Washington DC, man. Just imagine how much, especially if they overpay Dak, which I feel like they should do. Once again, I'm looking at the best interest of my team, because I don't give a crap about the Cowgirls messing up their franchise. Anyway, yeah. So, especially yes, Micah. So if they overpay Dak, Micah, just come to Washington DC. Just you come to the arch rival, the main nemesis, the main enemy of the Cowgirls, and then you get to really stick it to Jerry Jones.
And then you get
the
only defensive player that they have. Ooh.
First of all, you're not gonna do that to my man Jonathan Allen or Cameron Payne. We got some players on that defense, all right. We just don't have a secondary. That's all right.
You ain't gonna do that. Michael Parsons gets past the offensive line. The quarterback free to throw the ball wherever he wants to.
All I know is that a defensive line of Jonathan Allen, Cameron Payne, and Michael Parsons. That's nasty, man.
That would be nice.
And if only we kept, Montez Sweat, which I'm still upset about. Like, I understand we couldn't, but we're not talking about my Commanders right now. I was about to go on an angry tangent. But yeah.
Now we talking about the Commanders.
No, man, we gotta go in order of that. We finished last. We're gonna talk about my team last.
Zen Master Ken is getting ahead of himself.
Yeah, yes. But yeah, the main thing with the Cowgirls is that who's gonna be your starting running back? Because, like you said, they got the corpse of Zeke back there.
Gotta be Zeke's corpse. It's not gonna be Royce Freeman. I wanted to be Dak. Dak gonna turn into Lamar Jackson.
So I think their passing offense, as long as they have Dak, is not a bad quarterback. So as long as they have Dak and CD, I believe their passing offense is going to be all right. Dalton Schultz is did they lose him?
Dalton Schultz is playing for the other team in Texas.
Oh, sorry.
Has retired.
Oh,
number 2.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question. They definitely need to pay CD.
That's what. Yeah, no, they're not gonna pay nobody. They need to pay CD. But then it's like, okay, do you want to keep? Honestly, I might keep Michael Parsons over Dak because yes, you need a quarterback, but the Niners go to the NFC Championship every year, and them boys got Brock Purdy.
Hey man, you don't disrespect Brock Purdy like that.
He ain't good enough to bring it to will a team to no NFC Championship game. That's the team around him. So I would rather Dallas have a team around them. Stop trying to get the big star quarterback. I understand that's what y'all did with Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman and my boy Tony Romo. Y'all keep hating on, but do some Jerry. Jerry, Sleepy Jerry.
I'm not.
Sleepy Jones. Okay, let me chill out. Go ahead.
I had a point about Brock Purdy, but I'm not.
Save it.
I'm not gonna. We gonna talk about the West another time, probably next podcast. So I'm gonna table my Brock Purdy thoughts for that.
And for right now, to lead off of the Cowboys, we are naming them again Big Disappointment.
Definitely. Yeah, but let's talk about the team that's finished second in the division, the Eagles. They among all the teams in the division, probably leveled up the most. And not even probably, they did level up the most. I'm gonna give the Eagles their flowers. I'm gonna give the Eagles their respect that they leveled up the most, because they had a problem in the secondary, and this offseason they made sure to fix it, especially in the draft. So let's talk a little bit about the Eagles for this upcoming season, though, KJ.
So the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm naming this team for the season the Flirty Birds. Not the Dirty Birds, but the Flirty Birds. This is why I'm naming them the Flirty Birds. It's not because they got handsome men pause on that team like Saquon and Hurts, AJ Brown, whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because the roster. It's because the team flirts with winning the Super Bowl and being great every single year. So sorry, ladies. It's not because they got niggas on the team. It's because they flirt with greatness every year, but we don't never see them make it. We see them get to the NFC Championship games. We see them get to the Super Bowls. Yeah, they have a Super Bowl. Shout out to them. But I think they flirt with greatness more than they actually are great. But they did. Boy, let me tell y'all something. That's a good team. That's a good team. Y'all telling me this team with on offense with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Yeah, they may have lost Jason Kelsey, but they picked up Mekhi Becton at left tackle. Oh my God. And then y'all picked up Saquon Barkley? Come on, man. And then, I feel like Devontae Parker is still a good, serviceable receiver. He can definitely be their number 4. And then you shoring up your defense with Devin White, Bryce Huff. Then you're drafting players like Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, and bringing in C.J. Gardner Johnson back. That might be the best team in the NFC. Honestly, because I don't see a better. I don't, even with the Niners, I don't see a better roster. They lost DeAndre Swift, and I still don't see a better roster. You telling me Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley are on the same team with AJ Brown and Smith? Nah, bro, that offense is ridiculous. They really don't make no sense. Their defense, we're still working on them. Y'all know, like I said, with the big disappointment, they relying on a rookie at a crucial position. So you're relying on two rookie cornerbacks. When your secondary is and lots of sign ready. But that's a scary team. That's a scary team.
I still think their rookie corners are going to actually surprise people this season. I think the rookie corners are going to be pretty good this season.
I hope not. Going to
so
that's the case.
This is another team that's kind of, hey, we're all in for this year. There are a couple other teams like that. Honestly, we're going to get to the AFC East, but they're all in for this year. They're just, hey, let's put our chips to the table, and we got ourselves a Saquon. We drafted ourselves 2 rookie corners. We revamped our secondary. We kicked out our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinators, and we got some new ones in there. Like, we every single hole that we had. We did our best to plug every single hole that we had across this team, besides head coach. But anyway, no.
They had all of that turmoil last year, and they still went 11-6.
Yes,
Man.
and so no, I'm not saying Nick Sirianni needs to be fired. Just joking on that. But like, they plugged in every single hole. Now it's championship or bust. It is, you literally, because you had a Super Bowl winning team a couple years ago. Well, not a Super Bowl winning team, a team that made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. And so, and you were about this close. You only lost to the Chiefs by 3 points. So this close. You were this close. So hopefully, in your mind, hopefully by plugging in all these holes, hey, we got the team again to win a Super Bowl. That's what it is. Super Bowl or bust. That's all the season is, because I don't care if y'all lose in the NFC Championship game, it's a failure. If y'all lose in the Super Bowl, it's well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a failure, but if y'all lose in the NFC Championship game, the divisional round, the wild card, this season was a failure. It is Super Bowl or bust.
If they don't get to the Super Bowl, they will never win it. They might as well start over. Because how y'all not gonna win? Y'all got everything y'all need.
But yeah, that's all. That's the only thing I'm going to do with preview, because you said everything else, KJ, with the Eagles. You plugged in every single hole that you plugged in every single hole. Conceivably, you have done that. So now it's just, let's see what it's now time to play. Let's see it on the field. Now let's talk about the New York Football Giants. I'm gonna go first with this one.
Go ahead.
To preview them, one question. Not one question, one statement. You better hope Daniel Jones is as good as y'all think he is. You better hope that, because his best season was a couple years ago. I think y'all made, it was a couple years ago. Y'all made it to the divisional round where you subsequently got your behinds whooped by the Eagles, and people have been saying about Daniel Jones. He's a below average quarterback. He's not good. But there's some people that Daniel Jones has some believers, because they see him 2 years ago, but when he was mostly doing a lot of running, like, y'all want to call Lamar Jackson a running back, but yet Daniel Jones is doing a lot of that in the 2022 season 3, whatever. It was a couple years ago when the Giants made the playoffs, and once again they cut their behinds by the Eagles. But then the Eagles realized, wait a minute, all they're mostly using Daniel Jones as a runner. They're not mostly using, because I know he threw like 3,000 yards, but anyway, they're mostly utilizing Daniel Jones's legs. You're using him as the athlete first. So let's stop that. But anyway, I say all this to say, y'all better hope that the addition of Malik Neighbors, and I think they added a couple of other pieces on the offensive end, but y'all better hope Daniel Jones is as good as y'all believe, because when he got paid that big extension, that big contract, a lot of people were like, you are overpaying for Daniel Jones, and so far, people have been proven right. So you better hope, Giants, that Daniel Jones, yes, they added great pieces on their defense. They had Brian Burns on their defense. Their defense was already really good. I know they were 6-11 last year, but their defense was really good. Believe me, like, watching them, they had a good defense. They had a good defense. It's just they had a garbage offense. But yeah, y'all better hope that Daniel Jones is as good as y'all think he is. Because if he's as below average as he's been relatively his whole career, yeah, y'all better get ready for another like 6-5 win season. And you might need to be looking for a new quarterback. Like you probably should have drafted one this go around draft. But yeah. But you go ahead, KJ.
The Giants are trash. They really suck. I'm naming them for this season. This will be the season that Big Apple bites the dust. Because last season 6-11, that is astronomically way more wins than I think that the Giants deserve. I don't understand how they're not winning 2 games. Y'all have Daniel Jones at quarterback. Oh, I understand how they was winning games. They had Saquon Barkley. Wait, he's an Eagle. So now what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Like, y'all brought in Devin Singletary. Okay. Y'all brought in Drew Lock because guess what? Y'all don't believe in. I feel like they brought in Drew Lock because they don't really believe in Daniel Jones. So eventually they're going to bench him because he's not good. Because now he doesn't even have a weapon to go to. Y'all not only did y'all lose a weapon, y'all also lost one of y'all best linemen. That's not good either. And y'all lost one of y'all best safeties, Xavier McKinney. Y'all did bring in Brian Burns to go with that defensive line, and that thing is going to be disgusting. All right, absolutely, and atrocious in a good way. Like I'm afraid of that defensive line, actually. But I'm not afraid of the Giants because that's the only thing that they got. If all I know you coming in with a left hook, I'm gonna just block the left hook. Now what you gonna do? Okay. But they've been saying that boy Malik Neighbors that they drafted is, I think they're kind of reaching, but they saying he's reminding them of Odell. Maybe they just want to create hype, but not hype because he is good. But Odell, let him play a game first. So in conclusion, they have a defensive line and 1 receiver on their teams. I don't know. 2 wins. Bring it in, boys. Just hoping next year.
Yeah. But now, last but certainly not least, well, this past year we were at least in the division. We're going to talk about my Commanders. I'm going to let you talk about my Commanders first, though, KJ.
Well, you're going to love this name. So I am dubbing them this year the Washington Wizards.
Let's go!
I'm dubbing them the Washington Wizards because I feel like they might make some magic this year, man. Like y'all went 4-13 last year, and I feel like y'all are a better team than y'all record provides. Because even though Scary Terry is officially not a number 1 receiver, he's a great receiver. That is a very, very good receiver. Like so good, I'm sad he's on Washington because if he was at somewhere else, you're right, he would be putting up number 1 receiver numbers. But you know, I feel like y'all might make some noise. Y'all might if everything goes right, y'all might sniff the playoffs this year. I would think so. Y'all brought in Austin Eckler, even though let's start with y'all losses. Y'all have Scary Terry, but y'all lost Curtis Samuel. Okay, Curtis Samuel, whatever. Jacoby was dead, back up. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And Antonio Gibson. So y'all replace Antonio Gibson with a 30-year-old Austin Eckler. Hopefully, if he's anything like Chargers Eckler, that'd be good for y'all. Very versatile for y'all rookie quarterback in Jaden McDaniels. Y'all drafted a rookie receiver in Luke McCaffrey. Yes, relation. So hopefully he got a little pop in him too. But then on the defense, and then, Zach Ertz is still serviceable. I still love Zach Ertz. I'm on the Zach Ertz bandwagon. But, I guess later in his career after a couple injuries and all of that. But on the defense, y'all added Jeremy Chin, a Panther. Y'all added Frankie Lavu, another Panther.
Listen, stop trying to make this Washington Panthers narrative. All right, we're not.
The Washington Panthers, bro. The Carolina Wizards. But then, y'all added Bobby Wagner. That sound pretty good on paper. And then y'all drafted my boy Mike Sainristil. Mike Sainristil is gonna pop for y'all. Whatever deficiencies. What's y'all cornerback name that you don't like?
Forbes.
Yeah,
Right.
Emmanuel Forbes. Whatever deficiencies Emmanuel Forbes has, Mike Sainristil is gonna make up for that. I promise you. That you're getting a solid football player. No questions. But yeah, y'all might sniff the playoffs this year, man. Y'all gonna be the Washington Wizards.
I don't know about that, sniffing the playoffs. I don't think we're going to sniff the playoffs. This season for my watching the Commanders, you dubbed this season the Washington Wizards for us, because if I were to dub this season, it's the beginning of the new era, the official beginning of the new era, because like the remnants, I understand Josh Harris and everybody and Magic Johnson, all of them bought the team the season before, at the end of the 2022-23 season. But we still had the remnants of the Dan Snyder era still there in Riverboat Ron and a couple people. So we got once where Ron is,
Another Carolina Panther.
Yeah. Once he was gone, that basically those last remnants went away with it. Now because now we got ourselves rookie quarterback, new head coach, new offensive coordinators and defense coordinators. Completely read the tool. Now is the beginning of the new era. It is the official beginning of the new era in Washington. What I want to see for my Commanders is actually not even for us to make the playoffs. That's not what this season should be about. It should be all about one guy. Because even though I do believe the quarterback position is overvalued and slightly overrated, however, I can't just say that it's not the most important position in football, because it is. Let's just be honest. Definitely the most important position. Well, probably on the offensive line, but anyway, but definitely it is the premier position. How about this? Yeah, it is the premier position in football. The premier position is the quarterback position. So it's all about making sure Jaden Daniels is that guy. Now, a lot of us Commanders fans, myself included, gets RG3 vibes. We do. I know I do. But there's I believe I said on this podcast before, and I'll say it again. The one thing that Jaden Daniels has above RG3 is that the coaching staff is behind him. Not everybody on the coaching staff was behind getting RG3.
RG3 was an MVP caliber quarterback.
But
all he needed was his coaching staff to be behind him and not run him to the ground. I think y'all are going to do that with Jaden Daniels, and that man, I don't know about MVP. He gonna be
I think this time is a little bit different, where you have everybody from the top to the bottom is behind Jaden Daniels. It's not, hey, Josh Harris drafted him, but Dan Quinn didn't want him. He wanted Drake May and something. Nah, it looked like it, from once again from what I said. Dan Quinn, ownership, the team president. By the way, we got the team president, I believe, from the 49ers who put that team together. So that's also, once again, new era. More guys with football minds that looks like Josh Harris and Magic Johnson are actually putting into letting them, like, hey, we're gonna give you the money, y'all make the football decisions. Like that's what I like. The problem was the huge problem with the Dan Snyder era is that Dan Snyder was making all the moves, and when your owner makes all the moves, you see what happens. But yeah, we own the medals too much. That's why the Cowgirls haven't been to an NFC Championship. But anyway, but yeah, it's all about making sure Jaden Daniels pans out. Make sure he pans out. All right, make sure he has a. I'm not even looking for him to be rookie of the year and stuff. I'm looking for him to show a level of promise. As long as he shows that level of promise, I don't care what his stats are. If I could take away this season saying, "Yep, we got ourselves a franchise quarterback," I'm good. Because too many times we fall in love with like, hey, look, what about this quarterback stats? Let's watch how he plays on the field. If we take away that, once again at the end of the season, we can say, hey, we got ourselves a guy. Regardless of I don't care, he can have 2,500 yards, only 15 touchdowns, like 20 interceptions. But if we came away saying, hey, this guy has a lot of promise and we found ourselves a franchise quarterback, hey. But yeah, that's all. So, let's go ahead and scoot over to the other part of the East, the AFC East. And let's go ahead and talk about the team that is quarterbacked by my MVP, the league MVP for this upcoming season, Josh Allen. I got a point to make about my man Josh Allen. But the Buffalo Bills. So, KJ, let's preview the Bills.
You must be in a multiverse, because what universe you in? You ain't in Earth 616.
I'm in Earth 616, 617. It don't matter which Earth I'm in. Josh Allen is the MVP of all of them.
MVP of the Bills, maybe. But the Buffalo Bills, aka the Buffalo Billiards Table. Why do I call them the Buffalo Billiards Table? Because you don't know how that thing gonna shake. You don't know how it's gonna shake. They could be good. They could be astronomically bad. They could be really bad, bro. Like really bad. I could see it. They went 11-6 last year, but I could see them going 6-11. But you know, they lost mainly because one of them things they lost Stephon Diggs. Now, who your receiver is gonna be? You gonna be receiver by committee? I don't know these people, so therefore I'm not putting not putting any distrust in them. I'm just not putting my eggs in that basket. That basket looked like it got holes in it. But they did bring in your boy Curtis Samuel. They brought in Mac Hollins and they brought in Keon Cole. I don't know if y'all know anything about Curtis Samuel. And I know in Carolina he was Carolina had the first Debo and Christian McCaffrey. If you asking me, and that was Debo. So he's like a gadget guy. He can do a little in the backfield, mainly at the slot. He can play on the outside if you want him to. Mac Hollins is a monster. That man is huge. He's like 6'4", 230. That man is jacked. That sounds really good for a running team who needs a possession receiver. I think not Mac Jones. I think Mac Hollins might get a lot of them possessions. He might be that X factor for that team. So I might put an egg in that basket. No, I'm gonna put a slice of bread in that basket. And Keon Coleman a dog. So if he come along fine, I think they might be okay. Because you still got a good running game. You still have Josh Allen. He's also / running back. So he's gonna will them to a couple first downs, a couple touchdowns, a couple games. You know what I'm saying? But that defense. Scary.
Yeah.
Question mark. Big question mark. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough to keep that offense afloat. Because they're gonna have a learning curve in the beginning. Let's be honest. In the wintertime, they might click. I'm gonna tell you right now they might click. But
I think Sean McDermott was a defensive coordinator. I think he still is the defense coordinator for the Bills. Like, no matter, I don't care who's the defense coordinator for the Bills right now.
Another Panther.
But he's I think he'll have the, like you said, I think he'll have the defense right at least by the fall, by the winter time, by like December. I think he'll have the defense right. That's why I believe he will be. Like, that is a big question mark. Also, once again, how the receivers are gonna play out for my MVP Josh Allen. But I think the wide receivers are gonna play, especially I believe the receivers are gonna play a lot better than we expect them to. I really feel that, and I think Dalton Kincaid is going to come into his own and actually be a Pro Bowl tight end.
Absolutely.
But
they might not be 6-11. They might be 8 and however.
But because overall, it's going to be my MVP, the league MVP of this season is going to lead the Buffalo Bills. He's going to lead them back to the playoffs, man. That's all that matters. And NFL players, you don't think I saw that disrespect that you gave to my man Josh Allen by ranking him number 12 of top 100 players of this season? So that is, y'all ranked him outside the top 10. My guy Josh Allen, and I didn't see nobody mention that. Like, y'all gonna disrespect my guy like that? He is top 10. He's a top 10 player in this league. All right, that's at worst. At worst, he's number 10. At worst, he's number 5.
It's crazy.
At worst. Give me this, man. Go do that to my guy Josh Allen. Yes, am I biased?
I'm gonna need them to click real soon, because if you look at their schedule, okay, y'all playing the Cardinals number 1. All right, that's a winnable game. But then y'all have to be at the Dolphins. Y'all have to play the Jags. Y'all have to be at Baltimore, at the Texans, at the Jags.
They play the Cardinals. My God, it's been 4 years. They gonna play the NFC West again. Wow. 4 years passed by just like that, because I remember in 2020 they played against. Wait a minute, no, it was 2021 they played against Cardinals. Was it 2020? Dang. Oh, either way. Sorry, my brain just. I just remember the last time they played against the Cardinals, that Hail Murray. Like, that literally was 3-4 years ago. Like, time has really I really feel like just yesterday that happened. But yeah, this season is Josh Allen's MVP season. I'm booking it this time. All right. I know I've been saying it for the last 2-3 years. I think I've been saying it all. I've been saying it ever since. I think I've been saying it ever since the inception of this podcast, to be perfectly honest. But it's okay. I'm booking it. This is Josh Allen's year. I don't hear about no Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to hear about no Tua Tagovailoa. I don't hear about no Jalen Hurts. I don't hear about none of that. No Brock Purdy. None of that. Also, I swear to God, if they ranked I don't know, I didn't see where Brock Purdy was ranked. He better not have been ranked in the top 10. He better have not. I'm gonna punch somebody's lights out.
I think we all know the top 2 quarterbacks are Patrick and Lamar. So we're gonna. If they don't put Lamar in the top 5, I'm gonna be pissed like you.
Well, Lamar's going to be in the top because he was the MVP.
What if they make Lamar number?
Where did they rank Joe Burrow? They better not put Joe Burrow above my guy Josh Allen. I will. I'm sick and at this point, I feel like Joe Burrow is becoming more overrated. I'm not going to say he's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL, and I'm not going to even say he's overrated now. But it's starting to teeter where Joe. I'm starting to really agree with our guy Johnny. I'm really starting because the way I see people talk about Joe Burrow, I'm like, bro, Like every single time I've watched this guy play, like the best I've seen him play was that game in Cincinnati against the Chiefs. But that's the best I've ever seen Joe Burrow play. But like they're talking about like him in the playoffs, how he's such this great playoff performer. But every single time I watch Joe Burrow in the playoffs, I don't leave that impressed. Like yeah, you can throw his stats in my face. Like I know he's had a few 300-yard games here, here and there. But I'm watching the totality of the game. I really feel every single time I have watched Joe Burrow in the playoffs, he's never really had that standout performance to me. He's played pretty good, but he's played good, pretty good to good, but I've never seen that. I haven't seen him have that standout, oh my God, this guy is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league type performance. I have not in the playoffs. And people act like that, but hold on, we're talking about the Bills, sorry. I got off a complete tangent. So, but let's get back on subject. Okay, I'm sorry. Because we going, but let's go ahead and talk about the Jets for this season. Let's go ahead and preview them.
So, as far as the Jets go, I'm gonna dub them the New York old folks home. Because they got some age on that team, bro. Like you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Mike Williams, you got Tyron Smith, you got Morgan Moses. Like all of the key points on that team kind of old, if I'm not mistaken. But at the same time, like y'all did bring in a lot of veteran leadership. So to go with players like Breece Hall and Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, and y'all gonna put Hassan Reddick in there. And they did draft the young tackle. So if unfortunately their left tackle cannot keep up, they have a young guy that they could play in there. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to get smashed all over the court, all over the field. So for me, like their strengths, they have like veteran leadership, they have a good defense, and they're amazing. I wrote down great on paper, but they are amazing on paper. That might be like a top 3 roster in the league.
True.
Honestly. Their weakness, they're the elderly. So let's see how they hold up for the whole season. But I think the Jets can do it, bro. They went 7 and 10, and they didn't even have a quarterback last year.
Exactly. This is why this team is probably the favorite to win this division. Like it's probably the favorite to win the division, to be perfectly honest. Because, like you said, they didn't have a quarterback. They had really, and they went 7 and 10. The team was really good around them. It's just that their quarterback was, god awful. And they still went 7-10. Now they've got to hope that 2 things for this season. They got to hope that they got the Aaron Rodgers of 2021, not 2022. Because 2020 and then 2021 Aaron Rodgers, when he won those back-to-back MVPs, that's what the Aaron Rodgers they want, not the Aaron Rodgers of 2022, who his last year with the Packers, who really wasn't that impressive at all, to be perfectly honest. Who looked like he was getting ready to be washed. And also, this is another one. There's another team that is going all in. I talked about the Eagles. I talked about another team that's going on. This is another team all in. The difference between the Jets and the Eagles that the Eagles have a larger championship window because of how young their players are, and especially how young their quarterback is. The Jets probably only have this year, and maybe next year, but this year definitely. I believe if they don't win the Super Bowl, it is Super Bowl. It's literally winning the Super Bowl, or it's get out, because you have an Aaron Rodgers who, if they don't, honestly, they're another team that I'm gonna say if they don't even because if they get to the Super Bowl and they lose, I still believe okay, you still have a chance to your championship window is still open, but let's get like you got next year, but if they don't make it to the Super Bowl at all, if they lose like in the divisional round, yeah, this season is a definite 100% failure, and you might see Robert Saleh get fired. You definitely will see Robert Saleh get fired if the Jets stumble out the gate and like they start out like 1-4. But yeah, that's all for the Jets. Let's talk about the Dolphins. Let's go ahead and talk about this team, KJ. What do you dub this team?
Let's see. Let me look at my crystal ball. Miami Vice. I know that's pretty cliche, but I'm gonna dub them Miami Vice. Everybody in their life, they have a vice, something that they kind of need. They can't get over it. Might keep them from something. You know what I'm saying? I think Miami's vice is the glamour. Like they live in Miami. Their colors on the uniform is bright. You have a star-studded, high-powered offense, and you brought in Odell Beckham. Like y'all look like the Ferrari, bro. Y'all look like a Ferrari, but when a Ferrari gets met with a brick wall, it does not crumble like the Toyota. So I think they're going to be real good. I think they're going to be flashy. I think they're going to look like a competitive team, but I think the look is all we're going to get from them. The look is their vice.
Exactly, and then that's where I was alluding to with the Dolphins. I think this team is not going to be as good as they were. Like, I think record-wise, I think this is a team that's going to like. I think I said this last season, but I think what helped the Dolphins. Because I did say this last year that the Dolphins were going to take a step back, and they didn't. They didn't. Like I think they won like 2 more games, but I think they got help from the Aaron Rodgers injury from the Jets. Because I feel like if the Jets were fully healthy for the whole season and Aaron Rodgers played like MVP Aaron Rodgers, the Dolphins weren't going to be. I don't think the Dolphins would. Would have a lot of wins. I think they would probably have like around like an 8. Because to me, they had the look of all season. To me, they looked like an 8-win team. They just won more than they just won more games than they were supposed to. And for me, it's still the same thing. I'm like, this looks like an 8-9 win team. This looks like a okay, all right team. This doesn't look like a team that this looks like a team that will like squeak into the playoffs. More than like, hey, this is a perennial contender type team. So, like you said, KJ, I'm with that. With you, I think this team's gonna get a step back. Now, if the same thing happens to the Jets with injuries, I think that will give the Dolphins a chance to go ahead and slide up in there. But yeah. I don't see this team getting more than nine wins. Really, I don't see this team getting more than 8 wins, to be perfectly honest. Just don't be surprised. Now, let's talk about a little bit about the Patriots. Patriots, last but certainly not least, the team that finished last in the division. So what are you going to dub this team?
Unpatriotic.
Short and simple.
Short, sweet, and to the point, because how is the Patriots not only not named America's team? Come on now. But also, y'all suck. Y'all terrible. Y'all worse than the Giants. Come on, bro. That is unpatriotic. Y'all should refund those good taxpayers up there in New England.
But they got a new quarterback.
A rookie Drake May that ain't nobody really seen. I don't even think he ready yet. don't even think he's gonna start yet. I think they're going with Jacoby Brissett for the first couple weeks, as they should, because he is a rookie. So that don't mean he bad, but he a rookie. Let him sit. But I'm not banking on Drake May because even if he is good, who they got on offense? They lost Zeke. They lost Devontae Parker. Mac and Cheese up out of there.
Mac and cheese.
They brought in KJ Osborne. I like it because his name is KJ. That was the number 3 receiver with the Vikings. A solid 2, but no ones. So you have no running back. You got Ramondre Stevenson. But you don't have a scary running game. You don't really have offensive weapons. Y'all don't really have offensive weapons. Who's their tight end? Okay. Rookie quarterback.
I think they lost Mike Gesicki.
Yep. Not rookie defense. Kind of meh defense. Shout out to my guy Jabril Peppers though, doing my Michigan man. But yeah, I'm patriotic. They won 4 games last year. They should throw a parade if they win 4 games this year.
If I were to dub this team, wrong coach, right quarterback. This is what I mean. Once again, the Bill Belichick era has finally, the era of Brady Belichick has finally ended, and now we are officially in a new era in Patriots, in the Patriots franchise. I like the guy Drake May. Like I said, he was my QB2. I thought my Commanders were going to draft him. I believed in him more than I did to Jaden Daniels. However, but yeah, I do believe in Drake May. I think he can, and I think he will be the Patriots franchise quarterback going forward. The problem, you hired a new coach in Gerard Mayo. Now, I'm all for, black men getting head coaching duties in the NFL. However, once again, this seems...
He's coaching the Patriots. He's not going to be great. He might be a good coach.
Yeah.
He's coaching the Patriots.
But yet, it seems like you're going down the same Belichick route. Like, the thing is, you got rid of Bill Belichick. You got rid of a guy that's more defensive oriented, and then you replaced. I understand he didn't. You basically replaced him with another Belichick guy. I don't know. If I was going to replace him with another Belichick guy, if I was going to replace him with another Belichick guy, at least do it. At least, I can't believe I'm saying this. At least do it with Josh McDaniels, because at least he's offensively. At least he's good offense. Well, all I know is that I feel like you should have gone with an offensive-minded guy, a completely offensive, because you've had Bill Belichick for all this time. It's time to go into a completely opposite direction. It feels like you hiring Jared Mayo as your head coach. Now, it may turn out well, but from what I see, I think you're. I said this on the podcast that for a rookie quarterback to do well, you want him to be paired up with an offensive-minded head coach, because an offensive-minded head coach is going to be, more patient with the rookie quarterback. A defensive-minded head coach is going to be less patient with a rookie quarterback, because he's going to be like, listen, you're putting my defense in a bad position. But a rookie quarterback is going to make rookie mistakes, which means he's going to put your defense in bad positions sometimes. You can't escape that. Not every rookie quarterback is going to be a CJ Stroud. People act like rookie quarterbacks... People think every rookie quarterback should be a CJ Stroud, which it's never. That CJ Stroud is always going to be the exception to the rule. He's never going to be the norm. But But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about. I just wouldn't have hired a Jared Mayo. Maybe as my defensive coordinator, but you get what you're defense. But as my head coach, I'm trying to go. I need a guy that's completely offensive oriented. We're going in a completely different. But that's just me. But like you said, KJ, I see them getting probably like 4 or 5 wins this season. I think they're gonna once again be. But what's going to be okay? What's going to be a successful season for the Patriots? It's going to be just like my Commanders. If Drake May shows promise and shows that hey, he plays where hey, this is our guy. It's a successful season. If Jared Mayo gets fired halfway through the season and Drake May looks like complete garbage, this was a failure. An abject failure. But yeah.
That in your dictionary. Put that in your lexicon, guys.
But we talk all this QB talk, all this quarterback talk, and guess what? This offseason, the quarterbacks have been getting paid. You know, MC Ron. You know how MC Ron feels about the quarterback position, that it is overvalued, it is slightly overrated. Even though I understand it's the premier position in the NFL, and all the rules have gone to do nothing but assist the quarterback and protect the quarterback. So much so, it's almost getting egregious. But yeah, quarterbacks getting paid this offseason. Your Tuas. Your who else, KJ? I'm drawing a blank. I just said
Tua needs money, Dak needs money, but so let me run it down for y'all right quick. Joe Burrow got paid $275 million, 5 years. Trevor Lawrence got a bag, 5 years, 275.
Yep.
Well, yeah, Tua did get it back.
Yep.
4 years, 212. But then you have the highest paid quarterback in NFL history in Jordan Love. Huh? Because he just got a 4-year, $220 million extension. Even though that's not more than $275 million, that's an extension on top of his current contract, which technically, even though he's tied with Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, but that makes him, at the end of his contract, he'll be more paid than both of them players. And that man ain't even. Let's run through these quarterbacks that have won NFC championship games or been to the Super Bowl, right? Joe Burrow, okay, number 1, Super Bowl. That's cool. Jordan Love ain't been to no NFC championship game. Trevor Lawrence has not been to an AFC championship game. Tua Tagovailoa has not been to an AFC championship game. Jared Goff been to a Super Bowl. He's deserving of his money, I feel as though. Herbert ain't been to one, even though I feel like he is deserving of his money. Then you get Lamar Jackson at 7. That's a 2-time MVP.
To be perfectly honest, Justin Herbert haven't made it past the wild card round, but yeah.
And he hasn't. And he has not. You know what I'm saying? But we looking at the best, everybody think the best quarterback in the league, and Patrick Mahomes, he's tied for 11th. He ain't even top 10. So my question is why I still don't know why we pay people for what we think we gonna do. If we don't know everything, why do we pay for what we think? Pay for what we know, what we have. The top I feel like 3 quarterbacks paid in the league right now should be honestly it should be Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Those should be the top 3 players in the league. And then
Josh Allen. 4.
And then we're not even talking about Dak Prescott finna get a $60 million deal, bro. So he's finna have more money than all of them. He's won 1 playoff game. And he's not gonna win one next year. We know that. That's what we do know. So you're finna pay him. Well, I guess that's the dilemma. But you're finna pay him for what you know is not gonna happen in the future.
They might get lucky, but if you gotta base it off luck, I'm not paying off of luck. I know I'm not gonna get. That sounds like a bad money move. That's why all these contracts sound like. I'm glad these quarterbacks are getting paid because I mean they are the faces of the league. They are the faces of the offense. But to your point, you still need the rest of your team. That's why I'm kind of like Dallas. You might want to just have an all right quarterback and a stellar everything else, than a really good quarterback and all right everything else. That return on investment does not sound equal. I need my equilibrium met.
You see, and once again, this is to MC Ron's point, and people are starting to see that, like, you know, but the quarterback position is the only position that gets the benefit of the doubt when it comes to contracts and stuff like that. Like you see, like once again, your Jordan Loves, your Tua Tagovailoas, especially in the case of Jordan Love, who honestly speaking, he really got paid off of like his last like 10 games of the season. Because remember he began the season kind of shaky, but then he really ramped it up in those last 10 games, and so really he got paid about 200 plus million off of that, off of them hoping that he's going to continue this, right? But once again, the quarterback position is the only position that gets that benefit of the doubt, because if that was any other position, if that was a defensive end, if that was a wide receiver and any other position, no, we have to make sure that we got to pay you off of what you've done for us. But the quarterback position gets paid off, gets that benefit of the doubt. That's the problem I have. And it's the whole adage of, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win at all. I have always said, and I will continue to say, that all you need is a competent quarterback that can clutch up in big moments. Look, I even gave a more recent example in Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo would have made that one throw in 2020 against the Chiefs would have one less Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes only have 2 Super Bowls. It's that he could not clutch up in a big moment. Jimmy Garoppolo actually went. And after they went to a Super Bowl, remember, they also went to an NFC Championship game with Jimmy Garoppolo, a quarterback that a lot of people have said that, he's not that good. He's an average at best quarterback. But the 49ers were able to go to, when Jimmy Garoppolo was healthy, was able to go to an NFC Championship game and was able to go to a Super Bowl. But they were literally a contender with a Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. So really, all you need is a competent quarterback that can clutch up in big moments. You technically, as long as if you build a solid team around your quarterback, you can win a Super Bowl. I don't necessarily believe you have to pay quarterbacks 50, 55, 60, 70, because the more money you have to, because there's always this whole adage of, you don't need to put all this money in one position, but yet we're putting so much money in the quarterback position. And people use the example of, look at the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. They didn't have a lot of weapons last season, yet they still won the Super Bowl. But I clearly outlined on this podcast how elite the Chiefs defense was. The Chiefs don't win that Super Bowl without that elite defense. You can do as many mental gymnastics as you want to pump up Patrick Mahomes, but he does not win the Super Bowl. He does not repeat as Super Bowl champion without that elite defense. He does not. Point blank, period. If that defense for the Chiefs was average, the Chiefs would have not even made the playoffs. Because the Chiefs offense this past season, this season that just passed, I'm going to just say last season because the new season's coming up. The Chiefs offense last season was, by the Chiefs standards and by Patrick Mahomes standards, average. So all this money that you all are paying the quarterback, forgetting that reading that you need other pieces around the quarterback to actually become a championship team. Because at the end of the day, quarterbacks do not win championships. We talk about a guy like Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay Packers, and how the Green Bay Packers never put an actual offensive weapons around him outside of that one receiver that they had, but everybody else was average at best when it comes to weapons on the outside. And we mentioned that's one of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers never won more than one Super Bowl.
I'm about to piece it together for y'all.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys this year are literally going to be that Green Bay Packer team. You have a quarterback, you have one receiver, you have some pass rush, and that's it. And that's it. Unfortunately,
and Mike McCarthy is the head coach.
And Mike McCarthy is the head coach, bro. They are the Green Bay Packers, the Dallas Packers. But it's like paying quarterbacks all this astronomical amounts of money is like buying a Ferrari knowing that you can't afford premium gas.
Exactly.
You gonna drive it like what? Once a month, one day a month, one Friday. You gonna take it around the block and put it up. What's gonna happen when you need maintenance? Players get hurt.
Yeah.
You lose a wheel, you can't buy another Ferrari wheel. What you gonna do? That thing gonna be on a donut. You know how crazy that's gonna look. I mean, it's gonna be on a brick.
And my thing is, what if, for example, I'm going to use the Chiefs because that's going to be the best example. What if the Chiefs couldn't re-sign a Chris Jones? Like, let's say, a few years ago when they gave Patrick Mahomes that $50 million, that 10-year, $500 million contract. What if because of that they couldn't re-sign Chris Jones? I've just highlighted that Chris Jones. I had it on this podcast in a previous podcast of how the big plays that Chris Jones made down the stretch in that Super Bowl was the reason why he was able to force the 49ers to go 3-and-out. Like on like those 3 straight drives in the red zone. What if they didn't have Chris Jones on that defensive line? Would Patrick Mahomes be sitting here a Super Bowl champion? I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee.
What if Aaron Donald wasn't with the Rams? Joe Burrow would probably have a chip.
Yeah. So there's because what because if we keep on going with this logic of overpaying quarterbacks, Dallas might do the same thing, overpay Dak. And then guess what? You lose Micah Parsons, who honestly, to this point is probably the best player on the team. Like if you really think about it, the most impactful, definitely the most impactful and best player on their defense. Because if among all the guys on the I was about to say among all the people on the Cowgirls defense that I'm afraid of the most is Michael Parsons. Yeah, I understand Cowgirls fans. What about Trayvon Diggs? I'm gonna listen. If Scary Terry double moves him, he's gonna be open for a 70-yard touchdown. Anyway, but no, let me not just outright disrespect Trayvon Diggs. He actually is a very, very good corner. Honest to God, he actually is a very good corner. Like I actually watched this guy like play. Unfortunately, Trayvon Diggs is actually. I'd put Trayvon Diggs like probably in my top 5 cornerbacks in the league, somewhere in there.
Is he a good corner or is he a good ball hawk?
Honestly, he's a better. Okay, let me say this. Maybe he might not be in my top 5 corners. Let me just say this: Trayvon Diggs is a better corner than people give him credit for. I would just say that. But going back to the overpaying quarterbacks. Once again, what if the Cowboys overpaid Dak? What if the 49ers overpaid Brock Purdy? Let's say Brock Purdy, you need $70 million a year. Oh crap! We lost Brandon Ayuk. We lost Deebo Samuel. We lost Christian McCaffrey. Well, I think they re-signed Christian, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, we lost all the pieces of our. Oh man, we're not able to re-sign Fred Warner. Oh crap! Yeah, like oh my god, we lost a lot of pieces on defense, and then now and then the narrative will be, oh, Brock Purdy needs more help. Oh, it's almost like football's a team game. It's like football's almost the ultimate team game. Because and just to bring this whole point home, all you people who say the quarterback position is the only position that matters, who have rhetoric of that kind of same type of mindset of it's all about the quarterback. Don't complain because like even in sports media, you cannot complain about this quarterback needs more help if you're like, hey, all you need is a star quarterback and you're going to win a championship. Sorry. Like, no, I'm not going to let you have that. Because then it goes to the point of football's the ultimate team game. But it is what it is. We're going to wrap this podcast up like we always do with our last second shout out. So, KJ, who in the sports world do you have to shout out?
Well, it is the Olympics, so I have a few people I want to mention at this moment. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and shout out USA gymnast Simone Biles. Why?
Yep.
Because since we got first place in the qualifiers, that makes her the most decorated gymnast in USA history. Shout out to that woman right there.
Yep.
Even though Coco Gauff lost, I do want to shout her out because she set a record for being the youngest U.S. women's tennis player to win a singles match. She's also from Georgia. And I just want to say good luck, really, to all of the Carolinian, all the athletes of Carolinian descent who are in these Olympics. We talking about Steph Curry. We talking about Asia Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 20.
North Carolina! Okay.
Hold it down.
Well, my shout out goes to the U.S. men's basketball team for once again beating South Sudan. My shout out goes out to just USA, period, man. We got updating. I think we got 30 medals in total, leading far. Now, like I said, I understand France and China got more gold medals than us, but like talk about like the amount of medals that we have is far way higher than anybody with 30. I think the next highest I think was France with 16. I think it was, but or 20. I don't know. Either way, we ahead. We up. Okay, we up. All right, USA, baby, USA. But also like to shout out Katie Ledecky. Once again, I mentioned her in the podcast, but shout out Katie Ledecky for winning her 8th gold medal with swimming, the greatest swimmer of all time. USA, we win, baby. But all we did was win. But no, let me just stop.
No matter
what. Sorry. We got 30 and France got 26. We're not far away. All right, let me correct myself. We're still ahead though. We're still ahead by 4. Come on, let's pull away, USA. I don't want the fact that France is so close to us. All right, maybe Wemby like is injecting his like mutant DNA into these France. Just joking.
Look. That's what I'm saying. We don't have 30. We have 31. We just ain't claimed the one yet. So that's 5. That's 5 medals ahead. That sounds pretty comfortable.
Okay, I just need. Actually, Japan's got 8 gold medals, and they're in third place. When it comes to gold medal race, they got third. We need, come on, USA, let's get it up there. Let's get it up there. Because right now we only have 5 gold medals. But, you know, we're going to get it up there. We're going to get it up there, USA. But that's all the time we have, folks. I am MC Ron, with once again, the savior of this podcast.
Zen Master Ken sips tea.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the podcast and talk your sports stuff with the best in business, sorry, that is me and my co-host KJ. All you have to do is one of 2 things. Either send an email to keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is send us a direct message on Instagram. That is at keeping it 10 toes. That is at keeping it 10 toes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3rd year of this podcast. 3 years, baby. 3 years in it. I might call this the season premiere episode to be real for season 4. It just goes with it. But anyway, yes, 3 years of just giving you premier sports talk content. And we will always be the best in business. I do not care who you gonna put us up against. You ain't gonna get quality like this because guess what? We're gonna be real. We don't just do hot takes for hot take's sake or just to get some clicks or likes. No, you're getting our actual feelings. You're getting how we actually feel, and we're gonna be real 100% of the time.
Why?
All right?
We keep it 10 toes down.
Exactly. So, with all that said, you all enjoy the rest of the Olympics and have a great night. Also, preseason football coming up, Hall of Fame game.
The sun is under my feet and I come in peace to compete. I don't run if you athlete. My statistics go up in weeks and I go visit the nearest creek and I get busy. Yo, mini MC, really ballistic. Anybody can see any assistance. Everybody to see some persistence. Recognize I be really too vicious. The permanent beast and the demolition. Breaking up the street, better partition. Better dot your T. Hannibal mention. How all you see. Putting my dick in the rap industry. Everybody bitching, getting mad at me. Recognize Kendrick in a battery. And I'm charged up in a catastrophe. It's charged up in hard audacity. Y'all fucks never gonna hassle me and y'all luck just spend